Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be doing my 6-month Photocard collection tour update. So I have all 8 of my Photocard binders that I'm going to be showing in this video today. And I also do have all 4 of my little collect books that I also have for Photocards. And in addition to that, I will also have my 3 large inclusions binders that I will show. I will get this out of the way early and say right off the bat that you may notice my voice is a little bit impaired right now, and that is because I'm currently fighting off a cold. So if you guys recall in my last video that I filmed last Tuesday, that was my storing photocards video, I mentioned I was a bit tired. Thinking back on it now, I think that was probably because of all the stuff I did the week before, but then also probably because I was coming down with something. So unfortunately, this past week, I've developed a little bit of a cold. It hasn't gotten like too terrible. Like I've been able to fight through most of it, but it has kind of impacted my voice as of right now. I probably sound worse than I actually am. Like I do genuinely feel like pretty okay, but just to let you guys know, like I'm good. So I guess a quick rundown of all the groups that I collect, just in case you are tuning in for the first time. So I collect OT5 Red Velvet, I collect OT5 ITZY, OT5 i-dle, and then I also do OT4 aespa. Those are kind of like my main 4 collections. I have smaller collections within those of like soloists and like units from those groups. And then I also do have a SSERAFIM top 3 collection, which is kind of like, it's kind of become one of my main collections, but I still kind of collect it pretty casually, at least in my opinion. And then a couple other casual collections I do have are like BLACKPINK and Jisoo. So I do collect Jisoo as a soloist, but not fully. And then same deal for BLACKPINK. And then I also have like EVERGLOW and a couple other like smaller soloist and groups that you will also see in this video. Before we start, I also did want to mention that I am trying a little bit different of a lighting setup. So it's not too different. I still have the back, like sort of side lighting that you can see with like my hand here waving in the shadow. And I'm going to try to predominantly rely on that lighting. I'm going to try to do a lot less lighting from like the top of the frame here because obviously in front of me is a gigantic window, and then I do also have a lamp. So normally I have the blinds fully open and the lamp is fully on, like all the lights on the lamp are on, but I have the blinds kind of shut but still a little bit open, and then I only have 2 of the 3 lights on the lamp on. So I noticed in my most recent video, the storing photocards video, that there was a big glare like on the top pages of my binders, and I didn't really like that. And I think that's been there for like most of my videos that I've ever recorded, but I'm going to try this new thing with lighting and see if like the softer light at the top doesn't really like affect anything, because if that's the case, then I'll probably just go with this for like future videos. But with all of that said, I have so much to get through today, so I'm going to end this intro and get started. We are going to, as always, start with my Red Velvet OT5 binder, so let's get to it. All right, so this is my Red Velvet OT5 binder. I have this nice binder cover from Reve Festival Finale right on top there, and so I'm going to open it up and get started. So my Red Velvet OT5 collection has had some progress these last 6 months. So these first couple pages here are just like the early eras. I kind of lumped them together because they only did 5 photo cards like per release. So I figure it just makes sense to lump them together to kind of save pocket pages. So for example, on this first page here, we have Ice Cream Cake, and then the red, and then the velvet, all kind of lumped together. And then we of course have Joy and Yeri on the next page, and then the following pages after that, I think this is Russian Roulette, and then Rookie. They actually did 10 album photo cards, so that's why we have 2 columns worth of Rookie there. And now we kind of move into the separation, like officially, of eras. So this is Red Flavor era. They did 10 photo cards for this. And then they also did 10 photo cards for Peekaboo era. I could have probably tried to lump them together, but obviously we would have had like 1 set left over. So I think that's why I opted to keep them separate. And then we have Bad Boy era here. So they once again did 10 photo cards. And this page is where we actually did make some good progress on my OT5 Red Velvet collection, because I did actually complete it fully, at least in my opinion, within these last 6 months here. So I was just watching my last Photocard tour video from 6 months ago. I watched that last night to kind of prep for this video, and I was missing this Irene from the limited edition, and then I think I was also missing perhaps this Wendy clear Photocard. So we picked both of those up, and we were able to finish off Power Up era, and then I think there was one other Irene Photocard that I was missing from RBB, which is this era right here. So I was missing this Irene Photocard, and so we finally picked that up, and we now have RBB fully done and complete. And then we move into day one, which they did 3 Photocard sets for this release, so that worked out pretty nicely for just 2 pages here. So we have all 5 members. And then we have day 2, which I believe was Oompa Oompa. So once again, they did 3 Photocard sets for that release. And then we get into Finale, and they did 5 total sets for this release, I do believe. So these first 3 sets are scrapbook cards. And then we move on to the next 2 pages, and then these next 2 are regular photo book cards. So they did, for some reason, they did 10 regular photo book cards, and then they did an extra set for the scrapbook cards. So that was kind of interesting, the way they broke that down. And of course, this is the second page of the regular photo book photo cards for Finale. And we then move into Queendom era. So they once again did 3 photo card sets for that era as well. And then we get to Feel My Rhythm, and we have all these very beautiful photo cards, which to this day I love so much. Love Feel My Rhythm and their photo cards. And then after that, they did Birthday era, which I think they did a total of 4 like regular album photo cards. And then I think I also have a 5th set because I have some POBs. So this is the, I guess, 4th set that they did. These are the like special cake photo cards. So from the cake version for birthday. And then these are K-Town For You pre-order benefits that I have as an extra set there as well. So we have 5 total sets for birthday. Moving on, we have Chill Kill now, and I just decided to do a singular page for each of the members because they had 9 separate photo cards for each member in this era. So we of course start with Irene, and then Seulgi, and then we move to Wendy, and then we have Joy right here, and then we finish with Yeri on the last page. And lastly, we have the Cosmic era photo cards, and so to date, this is the last OT5 release that they have done. So I think this came out in summer of 2024. So it's been about a year and a half now. Obviously, Wendy and Yeri have left the company and have joined their own companies, and they're obviously embarking on different solo activities for each of them. And I am super happy for both of them, like, for doing that, because obviously, like, SM, I still obviously have my complaints about SM and how just like not great of a company they've been to Red Velvet as a group. So by all means, like if Wendy and Yeri are happier outside of SM, then I'm super happy for them because of that. But unfortunately, it means we're going to get a lot less OT5 songs and albums and things of that nature. So we did get a Season's Greetings OT5, which I did appreciate and I did purchase as well, which you will see those photo cards in a second here. But like I said, I don't think Red Velvet is going to be coming out with any OT5 stuff anytime terribly soon. And then of course we have the last page of Cosmic photo cards here. So we just have Joy and Yeri, and I do think there was definitely like some pre-order benefits and perhaps even the Target cards mixed in with all of these Cosmic photo cards, but we just have this last page of Joy and Yeri right there. And then we move into all of the Japanese release cards. So I do have a full set for Bloom here. And then I do have one Irene from, I think this is Cookie Jar, and then one Yeri from Sappy era. So I did say in my last video I was going to try to collect full set for both of these eras, but I haven't really embarked on that yet because of just me trying to catch up on other collections. But maybe in the future, like, I can definitely do that and secure the rest of those photo cards in those sets. All right, so before we continue, I did just want to mention that I did just zoom in a little bit. So I looked up and kind of realized that the zoom wasn't really to my liking. So I zoomed in a little bit, and now we should be a little bit closer to the photo cards as a whole. But we have the SMCU Palace photo cards here. all the ones that I have for Red Velvet at this time. This is not a complete collection by any means, but I'm still like kind of sort of looking for them. If I come across them and they are like within a price range that I like, I will pick them up, but I'm not actively like looking for them at this point in time. So those are just all of the SMCU Palace cards I have on hand right now. And then we of course have the SM release the year before that, which is SMCU Express, and I do have a full set here for Red Velvet. So I have all of like the Red Velvet specific cards, then I have the SM Town version cards, and then I also do have the ID cards for all the members for SMCU Express. So we have Joy and Yeri here on page 2. And now we get into the Season's Greetings photo cards, which I previously mentioned. So these are the 2026 Season's Greetings photo cards. So I think these first 2 columns are the photo card sets that come in the Season's Greetings itself. And then this photo card set on the far right column were K-Town For You pre-order benefits, I'm pretty sure. So we have all 5 members for 2026. And then we also have all 5 members for 2025. And then we move into 2024. And then even after 2024, we also have 2023. So 2023 was the first year I decided to buy a Season's Greetings, and I just decided to go with my alt group, so Red Velvet, of course. And so, yeah, those are all of the Season's Greetings photo cards. And these last couple pages in this binder are actually just going to be a bunch of merch photo cards. So this is a full set, I do believe, of all of the My Dear Ruvelove tour cards that they did for their little tour or like fan con deal they did maybe like 2 years ago or whatever. So these are all 3 of the sets that they did. So we have a couple concept version sets on the left and right, and then down the middle we have the selfie cards. So we have Irene, Seulgi, and Wendy right there, and then we of course have Joy and Yeri on the second page. So that's all complete. These are all of the trading cards that they released for that era. And these last 3 pages are going to be, I think, 8th anniversary cards. They released like a photo card set in a tin case as part of the 8th anniversary merch. So this would have been, oh gosh, maybe like 3 years ago now or 4 years ago. I don't know how long it's been, but it's 27 cards exactly. So I legitimately just arranged them like in the order that they came in, like in the tin case. So it's not going to be divvied up into like eras or anything like that, even though it is several eras combined into all of these photo cards. I just decided because it was 27 cards, I'm just going to put them in order because they fit perfectly on 3 9-pocket pages. So that is my entire OT5 Red Velvet binder. I do have a solo and unit binder now for Red Velvet, so let's move on to that. So moving on, this is my Red Velvet unit and solo binder. So this will have all the unit and solo activities from the Red Velvet members in it. And on top here is probably my favorite binder cover in my entire collection. So I just recently made this cover, I want to say like a month and a half or 2 months ago. And I really, really like the way it turned out. I used one of the extra Accidentally on Purpose albums that I had on hand. So I just cut that up and made this very pretty binder cover. And I also love the way it blends in with the hot pink like binder itself. So love that so much. But of course, getting into the photo cards, Seulgi is my bias in Red Velvet and also my ultimate bias. So she is on the top here of all the photo cards in this binder. So we have her 28 Reasons release to start off this binder. Then we have a couple poster book photo cards, and then we also have 3 Pink Christmas photo cards there down at the bottom. And then we move into Accidentally on Purpose itself. So these first couple pages are going to be all album photo cards. And then after that, we have a whole bunch of, I guess, pre-order benefits and fan signs and just random like non-album photo cards from this era. I decided to collect a whole bunch of non-album photo cards, so there are definitely a couple pages in here of non-album photo cards for Accidentally on Purpose, and there is one spot left in this section where I still haven't filled out a photo card, and you will see it in a second here. So I think those were mostly QQ Music photo cards, and then these are also QQ Music photo cards. These are a couple, I think, trading cards and or merch cards, because SM also did a merch drop for Accidentally on Purpose. And as you can see right here, there is still one empty spot in Accidentally on Purpose, and I am eyeing a photo card for this. I'm not going to say which one it is yet, because it's still, obviously, it hasn't even, I ordered it through Boonjong, and it hasn't even gotten to like the warehouse yet, so I'm waiting till it gets to the warehouse before I like get my hopes up. But I think I'm going to have a really, really cool photo card to put here and like finish off the Accidentally on Purpose era. So that's all the photo cards I have for Seulgi. And as we move on, we move into Monster era. So this is Irene and Seulgi photo cards. So we have a full page of 6 Irene photo cards, and then 6 Seulgi photo cards. Then we have all 6 unit photo cards that they did for Monster, which are just so, so cute. And then we have all of the lenticulars down there at the bottom. And now we move into Tilt era, which is, of course, another Irene and Seulgi release. So this first page is just all Irene photo cards, and then page 2 are all of the photo cards for Seulgi. I believe those are all album photo cards. And then this next page is kind of a mix of album and non-album photo cards, with Irene's ID in the middle there. And then we also do have more non-album photo cards on this page as well. And it's also mixed with Irene and Seulgi. And I'm still missing this Seulgi Star River card at the bottom there, but that's all I got for Tilt. And to cap off the Irene and Seulgi section of this binder, I do have these 6 photo cards from the merch drop that they did for their Balance Tour merch. So SM did a whole bunch of releases for their Balance Tour, which I think was, I don't know, at this point, maybe like 6 months ago, something like that. I almost said 6, 7, but I controlled myself and didn't say it. But I guess I technically said it there. So I guess 6, 7 months ago. But we have Irene and Seulgi Polaroids on the top and bottom rows. And then we have 2 Seulgi selfies here in the middle and then on the far right. So that is the one page I have for the Balance Tour merch. And after the unit stuff, we move into Irene's solo activities. So we just kind of go in age order now for the rest of this binder. So the first part here is one page of Irene. I think that's these 5 photo cards. And then we move into Like a Flower, which I think this is a pre-order benefit from K-Town for You. And then these are all album photo cards. And I did collect full album for Like a Flower. So these are the rest of the album photo cards for Irene down here. We do have this extra Polaroid as well, which I do believe did come in one of the album versions. So Like a Flower is fully complete. And I do think I heard that Irene was going to be releasing perhaps a full album kind of soon. I think maybe in the second quarter I saw something that Irene was going to release a full album. So if she does, I'm definitely going to be collecting more photo cards for Irene in the future, if and when that does come to fruition. After that, we move into Wendy, of course, and so we have a mix of a couple eras on this first page. So I just have all of my album pulls from Like Water. I do think I picked up one of these clear cards, like unintentionally, through a set that I bought on Mercari Japan, so I technically didn't pull it, but I decided to keep it since it kind of goes with the collection. And then we, of course, have Wish You Hell photo cards here at the bottom of this first page. And then these are also Wish You Hell era photo cards, which I did not fully collect. So these are, once again, just all of my photo card pulls for Wish You Hell. But after that era, we then move into Cerulean Verge, which is, of course, her most recent release, which was this past year in 2025. And I am attempting to collect full era for this. So this first page here, as you can see, is all done. So we have all of the Photobook A version photo cards, and then this bottom row is Photobook B, and then these are also Photobook B photo cards, and then we have 6 more Digipack A version photo cards that are going to go right there, and then we have 6 Digipack B version photo cards that are going to go in these top 2 rows, and then these are the keyring or keychain version photo cards on the bottom here, and then we do actually have another page of Cerulean Verge, so I think these might also be, this is also a keychain card, I think. This is probably like a QR card, And then I think these are pre-order benefits, if I remember correctly. And then this is actually from the handbag, or I guess shoulder bag, that Wendy was doing for her concert tour merch. So when I saw Wendy in November, I picked up the shoulder bag and it came with this photo card. So I'm still deciding on like what extra non-album photo cards I want to add to this section, but we're doing pretty good for Wendy. She obviously released a ton of photo cards for this release. So I'm just kind of keeping my eye out and collecting as I go. And lastly, in this binder, I do have a section for Joy. So there are 2 eras here. So I have my 2 photo card pulls myself from Hello era, and then I did buy this extra photo card. And then I am also attempting to collect her most recent era from Joy with Love, which also released in 2025. And so I have the photo book cards completed and also the jewel case cards completed for From Joy with Love. And then we flip it over to the next page, and I do have the tin case photo cards in this middle section right here. And then I do believe that these are, I can't remember which are which, but 2 of these are from the like special version that they did for From Joy with Love. It's like the soft envelope version. And then 2 of them are pre-order benefits. I just can't really remember which one is which. Maybe if I flip them over, I might be able to tell. All right, so if I had to guess, I would say these top 2 are from the special album version, and then these bottom 2 are pre-order benefits. So these are from the like special envelope, and then these are probably K-Town For You pre-order benefits. So that's where we stand with From Joy with Love right now. And I did mention in my latest storing video that I did pick up a 4th Hello photo card from this era. So I'm probably going to have to rearrange my Joy section when I do get that 4th Hello photo card. I'm already kind of thinking about how I want to do it, because obviously this looks so nice with everything so organized on the back here, but I'm going to have to try to play with it a little bit and see what I can figure out. But for right now, that is all I got for the Red Velvet unit and solo stuff. I do have one more Red Velvet related photo card binder, and that is my Seulgi Collect book, so let me grab that. So real quick, this is my Seulgi Collect book for Red Velvet. So I think this is a 2023 Season's Greetings merch item, and so I just decided to put a whole bunch of Seulgi photo cards that don't necessarily fit in my normal binder. I just decided to put them in this collect book here, and I did put this like cute bear keychain on here, which I think was from perhaps the My Dear Revelove FanCon merch, or maybe the 10th anniversary merch. I can't totally remember. But getting into this here, let's go through all of the Seulgi photo cards. So I did make a little bit of progress in the last 6 months on this collect book. So I added 2 new photo cards to it, but most of these will be the same. And also, I don't believe the order has changed at all. I did not rearrange these in any way, shape, or form over the last 6 months. So we just have a whole bunch of pre-order benefits and merch cards in here and just extra photo cards. And I think this is where we left off in my last photo card tour video. And so I did add these 2 photo cards this time. So this is a Make Star photo card or pre-order benefit from Cosmic Era, which I had been looking for this card for such a long time. So I'm glad I finally have it. And then this card on the right here is a Music Plant photo card. It's a pre-order benefit from Tilt Era, so Irene and Seulgi. I got that as part of a set, so there was a Music Plant photo card that I wanted for my regular binder, but it came as like a twofer, so I decided to just buy the set, and then I put the extra photo card for Music Plant in this collect book. And I do have one empty space on the back here, which I haven't really decided what I'm going to put there yet, but that's pretty much all I got for this Seulgi Collect book, and that's all I got for Red Velvet. So let's go ahead and move on to the next collection. All right, so up next we have my ITZY collection, and so this is the first of 2 ITZY binders that I have, and on the cover of this binder, I have a very nice binder cover of Cheshire Era, which I do like a lot. And so once we get into this binder here, you will see that there hasn't been a lot of changes over the last 6 months for this binder in particular because it was and has been mostly completed. I did add, I think maybe like one photo card to this binder over the last 6 months, but I think that might have been the only one that I was missing, or maybe there's like one or two that I'm also missing in this binder. I can't remember. I think Gold Era might actually be in my second binder. So yeah, I think the one binder or the one photo card that I added to this binder within the last 6 months did fully complete this first ITZY photo card binder. So we of course have all of the older eras as we now flip through Guess Who era. So that's Mafia in the Morning, and they did quite a lot of photo cards for that era. And then we eventually move into Crazy in Love, which I think this is where like things just kind of turned, I guess, in terms of like the amount of photo cards that JYP decides to release for every single ITZY comeback now. Once they hit their first full album, Crazy in Love, I feel like JYP was just like, okay, we are releasing all of the photo cards for every comeback for ITZY from here on out. So there are a lot of photo cards for Crazy in Love era, and most of these are all album photo cards. I don't really think I collected too many non-album photo cards for this era. I do have one set right here. So this is a With Drama set, which they're now known as With Mew, but this was a With Drama set back in the day before they changed their name. So we have all of those photo cards. After that, we move on to Checkmate era, and once again, you will see there are a lot of photo cards for this era as well. And you will notice for a lot of these eras, I mixed in the unit photo cards that they did with just like the regular album photo cards, just because I was trying to conserve space as much as possible. And I didn't collect, once again, too many pre-order benefits for Checkmate era, but I did collect this full set of 5. I think it was for K-Town for You. So we got those pre-order benefits for Checkmate, and then we move into Cheshire era, which was also a ton of photo cards. And there was a couple pre-order benefit sets, I think, well, maybe just one that I collected for Cheshire. Actually, maybe 2, because I think there is another set, perhaps at the back, for Cheshire era that I collected, which you will see we aren't even at the back of Cheshire era yet because they did so many photo cards. I think they did like 2 like regular, or no, they did 3 photo book versions, but then they also did 2 different special editions, and then I think they also did a limited edition, and the amount of photo cards that they stuck into every like one of those versions was just like insane. So this is the pre-order benefit set I was referring to. So this is also Cheshire era, and I love these photo cards so much. These are all hollow Make Star photo cards for Cheshire. And after Cheshire era, we of course move into Kill My Doubt era. So we have Yeji, Leah, and Ryujin on this first page here. And then on the second page, we have Chaeryeong and Yuna, and then a couple unit photo cards. And we kind of just follow that same pattern throughout the era. And I do believe most of those are all like regular album photo cards, and then also some like special edition and cassette photo cards here as well. These are the pre-order benefits I decided to collect for Kill My Doubt era, and this is also kind of where I started like wanting to actively collect more non-album photo cards for ITZY, which is why I very shortly am going to have to probably get a third ITZY binder, which you'll see when I move into my second binder, like how full that binder is now. And it also doesn't have nearly as many eras in that binder as this first binder here, but we have 3 non-album photo card sets for Kill My Doubt. I think these 2 are Make Star, and then this one is My Music Taste. And so those are the 3 for that. And then these are also Kill My Doubt pre-order benefits, believe it or not. These are from K-Town for You, and they are in the style of None of My Business, which I still love to this day as a B-side for ITZY. And then we have the clear cards, and that completely finishes off Kill My Doubt era. And the next section is going to be Born to Be. So unfortunately, this of course won't have Leah in it because she was taking a hiatus at the time. So I just did kind of a four girl group setup for this page, kind of like I do for aespa. So we have an 8 card layout on each of these pages. So we just have Yeji, Ryujin, Chaeryeong, and Yuna. And this was the collection that I actually fully completed this past 6 months. So I had been missing this Chaeryeong from the Mr. Vampire special edition for Born to Be, and I finally got my hands on it. I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 months ago now. It does have a slight defect, like there is an indent on the front of the photo card, but honestly, like, I mean, if I just hold it up to the camera like this, you can't really tell, and I mean, I can't really tell right now either, so I would have to like take it out and look at it to kind of notice it, but I'm still very happy I have that photo card, and this collection is now fully done and dusted, and I no longer have to worry about it, which I'm so grateful for, because that photo card took almost like a full 2 years to find. Like, I'm just like so happy that that journey is over. So we can move on, and that should complete now once we get through the rest of these pages. Born to Be era, and then this binder as a whole. So Born to Be era was the last era that sits in this binder. I do also have one pre-order benefit set also from Make Star. These are hollow photo cards. And that's it for my first ITZY binder. So we're leaving off at Born to Be, so I do believe the next ITZY binder will start off with gold. So this is ITZY binder number 2, and so this will have gold era in it, and then everything after gold era. And I do want to introduce this brand new binder cover for this video. So this is the debut on the channel for this binder cover. I just made this last night. I had actually been holding on to an extra copy of one of the photo book albums for gold since release, and I finally, because it's been like, what, 2 years now or something, I finally like got my act together and made a binder cover for that era, and I really like the way this one turned out, and I also like how it works with the like dark purple binder. So I really like this binder cover. I think this is probably my second favorite one that I've done. I know there's probably a little bit of recency bias there, because obviously the one I made before this was the Seulgi one, which you saw earlier, and that was my favorite. So I think I'm just kind of like doing really good with binder covers lately, so I'm really happy with that. All right, so I did just get up and close the blinds even more, because I just noticed that when I opened this binder, there was a pretty heavy glare on these top photo cards, and there still kind of is, but I can't really do too much about it just because the sun is pretty directly coming through my window right now. So I closed the blind as much as I could, and I'm kind of just hoping that it's somewhat visible. But to kick this binder off, we have gold era. So we have all of the album photo cards for this era, and I am still missing 2 of the regular album photo cards for gold era. They are both phone box version cards, so we will see them right here on this page. I did recently buy this Leah, so I think this will be coming in my next Mercari Japan haul that I get from Bai, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And I'm still on the lookout for this phone box card from Yeji. I still haven't found it yet. So once I get both of these cards in, we will be fully done with gold era, but those are the only 2 photo cards I'm missing at this point in time. The next page has the special edition cards on it. So we of course have the first 3 members, and then Chaeryeong and Yuna on this page. And then we have all of the pre-order benefit sets I decided to go with for gold era. So I think this is a With Muse set, this is a Star River set, and then this is a Make Star fan sign set. So we have all of those cute photo cards. That's why I went with those, because they're just so cute. Moving on, we have arrived at Girls Will Be Girls era, and once again, we are doing pretty good on this era. We have it, I want to say maybe like 85 to 90% completed. Now, you won't see all of that completion in this flip through video, because I'm also accounting for the Girls Will Be Girls photo cards that are sitting in the warehouse in my like incoming Mercari Japan haul. So I do believe that I am under 10 photo cards left to buy or collect for this era. So once we get to that photo card haul and the subsequent storing video, you will see a lot more Girls Will Be Girls photo cards put away. And yeah, we are kind of just inching closer and closer to being done with this era, but you can also kind of get a feel for how many photo cards that JYP did, because it is a total of 118 regular album photo cards. So that is not including POBs, that is not including like non-album, pre-order benefit, lucky draws, what have you. It is 118 regular album photo cards across all of the versions. So I am doing my best to collect all 118 of those photo cards, but it's definitely a process. So we are now into the special edition photo cards for Girls Will Be Girls era, and then these are the pre-order benefits sets. So this is a Make Star set, this is also a Make Star set, this is a Whoop Japan set, and then we also have Chaeryeong and Yuna here on the second page. And then I just put these away in my most recent storing video. So this is a Star River set. We have a Make Star set in the middle, and then we have a QQ Music 3-star set on the far right there. So those are all of the Girls Will Be Girls photo cards that I have and plan on collecting. So after Girls Will Be Girls, that of course brings us to Tunnel Vision era, which is ITZY's most recent era. And once again, JYP decided to do over 100 regular album photo cards across all of the versions for this era as well. So I do believe the final total was 102 regular album photo cards. So right now I am just trying to focus on the album photo cards themselves. I have not decided to collect any non-album photo cards at this point in time. I obviously do want to move on to that in the future, but right now I'm trying to focus on getting most of these album photo cards out of the way, because I feel like the POBs, like when I eventually get there, like I feel like they will still be there and I won't have to worry about it too much. Hopefully that guess can be proven in the future, but we'll have to wait and see. So we move on to the special editions mixed with a couple polka cards here. And I did arrange these mostly in like outfit order. So on most pages here, they will be in the same outfit across all three of the sets, but there are a couple pages where I couldn't really make that work completely, and it's just kind of the way that, you know, the photo cards worked out. So these are all pre-order benefit sets for the special edition, so that's what these two are right here, actually. And then this set on the far right is a Make Star pre-order benefit set. So I ordered my albums from Make Star, so that's why I have a non-album set right now. But as far as like setting up for and finding other pre-order benefit sets, I haven't done any of that yet, as you can see, because that's where Tunnel Vision era ends. So that is all I have for their most recent release right now. So after all of the group stuff in this binder, we now move on to the lone solo release that an ITZY member has done, and that is, of course, Air by Yeji. So I did collect full era for this as well. So we have all of the album photo cards for Yeji Air, and then I did also collect a couple pre-order benefits, which you will see in a second here. So this era is all fully done and dusted, and don't have to worry about it anymore. These are all of the pre-order benefits. So I think all of these, actually, I was going to say these two, but I think all of these are Make Star. And then these are Coco Dive. And then these are, I think it's BDM. I think the shop is BDM. I think is it Blue Dream Media or Blue Dream Music? I think that's what this set is. So those are the pre-order benefits and non-album photo cards I decided to collect for Air, but that's all I got for Yeji Solo. Then at the back of my second ITZY binder, we kind of just have a bunch of miscellaneous photo cards. So these 4 photo cards are from the Born to Be Tour DVD or Blu-ray, I don't know which one. And then these are also like random non-album cards I got in sets that I bought because of like photo cards I needed for Gold era, I think it was. but I bought like sets off of Mercari Japan sellers, and I got these photo cards in them, and I just decided to keep them back here in this section for right now. And then, of course, we have the light ring photo cards, the most recent one. These are all version 2 light rings. And then we also get into the couple Japanese release photo cards that I have on hand. These are all just my personal pulls. I haven't like sought out any Japanese release photo cards for ITZY since I have these, but you know, like I said, it's just my pulls. So that's where the Japanese release cards are. Then this last page here are also just a couple random sets. So we have the Light Ring version 1 photo cards. Then we also have the, I think, Blu-ray set for the Checkmate World Tour. So that's what this middle column is. And then these are the pre-order benefits for pre-ordering the Blu-ray, I think, for the Checkmate World Tour DVD. So this next page here, of course, has Chaeryeong and Yuna. And that is it for my entire ITZY collection. I don't have any collect books for ITZY right now, but I've definitely mentioned in recent videos, I plan on hopefully making a Ryujin collection with like a small collect book, maybe like 4 pocket pages style collect book. And I think that might be coming kind of soon. I haven't really decided to pull the trigger on that yet, but I think that might be coming soon. And so that'll be another like small ITZY related collection that I will have. But for right now, that is all I got for ITZY. Let's go ahead and move on to the next group. The next group we're going to move on to is my i-dle collection. So this binder will be group activities, so essentially OT5 stuff. And so this is the front cover I have on it. It is a cover of Yuqi from her first release, Yuqi 1. And so we open it up and you will see we actually start with I Love era. So when I started collecting i-dle, I actually didn't start out collecting them with the intention of collecting OT5. I kind of just was like, I'm going to buy all of their album versions and then just collect my pulls. But I think that kind of changed when I Love era came around, and I was just really into i-dle at the time, and I was really enjoying their music, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to collect OT5 for this era, and if I enjoy collecting OT5 and it seems like doable for me, then I'll do it for, you know, future eras, and that's kind of how that started. So I have a full collection for I Love era and after that. And you will see I do have all of my album pulls from eras before I Love in my other i-dle binder, which you'll see after this binder. But for right now, we'll just start with I Love era and after, because all of these collections are pretty close to complete. So as we begin flipping through I Love era, they did a whole bunch of photo cards for that era. They did photo book photo cards and jewel case photo cards. And then I did collect a good amount of pre-order benefits. I think I did maybe like 3 sets of pre-order benefits. Or no, I think this is just 2 sets of pre-order benefits. And then this is a fan-made photo card set from their world tour in 2023. So these actually aren't real, but I thought they were really cute, and I just wanted to put them in my binder to kind of like fill the space, I guess. So that's where we're at for I Love era, as that is the last page. And so then we move into I Feel, and they once again did a lot of photo cards for this era as well. So they did 3 photo cards per member for the photo book photo cards, and then they also did 3 photo cards per member for the jewel case photo cards, and then they also did 3 per member for the polka album, and then they also did a special photo book that I don't think released at the same time as all of the other versions. I think this was like a later release. But they also did 3 member photo cards for that version as well. And one of these shuhwas, I think it was this shuhwa, took a long time to find. And I finally found her maybe like, I don't know, a year ago, or maybe like 9 to 10 months ago. It was kind of recent, but also like kind of like long ago. So I did finally find this shuhwa and completed the I Feel section. So all of the I Feel photo cards are good to go. These are all of the Polaroids for I Feel, and then I think we also have IDs for I Feel. So yeah, you can see Cube kind of went crazy for this era. Then we also have just all the QR cards that I pulled. I don't think I collected all of the QR cards for each of the members, but I just had 4 here, and I feel like it worked because this is a pre-order benefit set of 5 for all the members, so I think that kind of was my idea for that page. Up next, we have Heat Era, and they didn't release quite as many photo cards for this era, but this was their fully English album that they did. I want to say maybe sometime in 2023. I think it was around like September or October, maybe, I think, of that year. So this is all fully done and dusted. I don't have to worry about any Heat photo cards. These are the signed Polaroids that they did for Heat. They're not actually signed by the members because it's like printed on them, but that was, I think, a D2C exclusive for Heat Era. After Heat, we move into 2 Era, and again, I feel like I'm a broken record here, but they did so many photo cards for 2 Era as well. They also have the iconic backs to all of these photo cards with the silhouettes, so we love that so much. And so I'm going to try to flip through this kind of quick here because, like I said, there are a ton of photo cards for this era. I did collect a couple pre-order benefits. Actually, 2 of them are right here on this page. So these are both MakeStar pre-order benefits in these 2 columns here. And then I even collected more right here. So these are both lucky draws. I think they're both with Mew. I could be wrong, though. Are they? Yes, they're both with Mew. So I wanted these sets because they are specifically from the music video, and I thought it would be really cool to have photo cards of them wearing the outfits that they were wearing in the music video for Super Lady. So that's why I decided to go for both of these sets. And then we, of course, have the Light Stick set over here. I think this is Light Stick V2. I think this is V2 because it looks a little bit more detailed compared to V1, which I did. I skipped like V2, so I don't own the V2 light stick. I do own V1, and I did pre-order V3 because they just announced that very recently. So I'm going to pick up V3 and scoop that up pretty soon. So I'm kind of excited for that. But these are the photo cards for Yuqi and Shuhua on the next page. Now we start to move into some eras where I know I don't have them fully complete. So iSway is complete with the exception of 2 photo cards, at least 2 that I haven't bought yet or found. There's going to be 3 empty spaces in this era, or this section of the binder, because I just haven't stored one of them away yet, but I do have it like on hand in my possession. So they're all going to be cassette version photo cards. So those are going to be kind of hard to find and kind of hard to complete. This is the one photo card I have on hand. So I do have this Miyun, but like I said, haven't stored it yet. But I am still missing this Soojin cassette card and this Yuqi cassette card. But I've actually been really lucky lately with finding these. Obviously, I think iSway came out in, oh gosh, was it summer of 2024? I feel like I'm getting that correct, right? I feel like that's correct. Summer of 2024. So it's been quite a while, about a year and a half since this release. And these cassette cards, man, they've been pretty rare since their release. But I've been pretty lucky lately. I've picked up this Mini quite recently. I've picked up this Soojin quite recently. So we are getting there slowly but surely. And I'm hoping pretty soon I'll be able to find that last Soojin and that last Yuqi to finally complete iSway era totally. But these are some pre-order benefits, or perhaps actually, I think these are Polka photo cards, actually. And then I think maybe these are the pre-order benefits. Yes, those are the pre-order benefits for iSway era. So a lot of photo cards for that era, and we are so close to being done with that. And now we get into their most recent release, which is We Are Era. And I feel like that feels kind of weird to say because it kind of feels like it's been a while since they released this. But nonetheless, that is their most recent physical release. And I do have this section mostly done for the most part, but we are still looking for a couple other photo cards, which we will see here in a second. So I'm still missing this Shuhua Polka photo card, this platform photo card for Mini, and then I'm also missing a couple QR photo cards as well for We Are Era. And then I still am trying to collect the 2 pre-order benefit sets for MakeStar for this era, but I don't plan on collecting any other non-album cards after that for i-dle. So this is kind of where we sit with We Are for right now. I did recently get a couple photo cards for We Are in an eBay order that just recently arrived to me. It arrived the other day, but I don't quite remember exactly which photo cards were in it because it was like, I think 4 or 5 photo cards that I got. So you will see that in my next photo card haul, of course, when we get there. But that's where we're at with We Are. This last remaining section here, I think, is miscellaneous sets, perhaps from like World Tour merch and also perhaps like the DVD. So I think this is like a set from the I Am Free T DVD or Blu-ray. And then we have photo cards, Polaroid photo cards from the i-dle World Tour that they did in 2024. And then, of course, this next page is Yuqi and Shuhwa. And then we also have a couple unit photo cards up here, which I got in the collect book that they released as part of the 2024 World Tour merch. So that's what those are from. And then I also have some photo cards from the Neverland Weverse membership kit. So this is the selfie photo card set, and then this is the Polaroid set. And then these photo cards, I don't totally remember where these are from. Okay, so these photo cards on the far right are also from the 2024 World Tour, but they are from the Blu-ray DVD set. So that's where those photo cards are from. And that completes my OT5 i-dle binder for right now. I do have a solo binder for all of the solo activities for i-dle, so let me go into that. Moving on, this is my i-dle solo activities binder. I unfortunately don't have a binder cover for this yet, but to kick off this binder, you will see some photo cards from previous i-dle eras, and it's kind of just arranged in member like age order. So this is what I was referring to earlier, where before I Love era, I was just collecting all of the album versions for i-dle's releases and kind of just storing my pulls. So I think it's these first 3 pages. That's what these are. And I also will have my album pulls from Miyeon's first solo release, My. And then I also will have the one singular photo card pull that I got from Soyun's first solo release, Windy. So we, of course, have miscellaneous photo cards of Miyeon here on this first page. So this is from like Oh My God era. And then I think this is from Hwa era. And then these are both from I Never Die. And then we get into My era right here. So those are all of the My photo cards I have. And then we get into all the stuff I have for Mini. And then I have 2 Soojin photo cards right here. And then I do have my 2 Soyeon photo cards right there. I do have another Soyeon photo card on this page. And then we move into Yuqi and then a couple Shuhwa photo cards. So this first section here is kind of, like I said, just miscellaneous, but once I get through this first section here, we now move into the like official solo activity stuff that I am actively collecting. So these eras are arranged in age order. So we of course start with Miyeon, and this is My Lover era, and this is my setup for My Lover. So I am collecting full era for this. You can see I have made a decent amount of progress so far. So she did a lot of photo cards for this particular comeback. So I'm going to be doing my best to keep up with that. These are all of the, I think, regular photo book photo cards. And then these 3 are vinyl photo cards right here at the bottom. And then flipping to the next page, we have some pre-order benefits. I think these are also album photo card pulls, but they're just Polaroids. So because they're Polaroids, I decided to put them back here with the non-album cards. But these are from K-Town for You. And then in my next haul video, I will have a set of 3 photo cards to put on this bottom row to kind of round out this era for Miyeon. So that's where we're at with My Lover. Then, of course, we have Minnie's first solo mini album, Her. So I have all of the photo cards for this era, with the exception of the vinyl version photo cards. I'm still missing 2 of the vinyl version. I'm still deciding if I want to continue to pursue that because if you guys don't know, they are very rare and hard to find. I haven't even really seen them anywhere, and if I do, they will probably be very expensive. We're talking like probably $40 to $50. So I'm still thinking about if I truly want to pursue the vinyl versions, but I haven't really called it yet. Like I haven't given up yet. So this page is still the same, and then we move on to this page, and I have as you can see, 2 rows set up for extra POB sets, which I might just get rid of this page completely if I don't do the extra 2 vinyl cards, because then I can just move this vinyl up here, and then I can move the 3 K-Town for You pre-order benefits that I have to this page, and then that basically completely eliminates like this page right here. So like I said, that's still kind of undecided right now, but for the most part, her era is completely done. I have all of the album photo cards except for the vinyl, so we're good there. So following along in age order, we of course now move into Soojin, and so these are all of my Soojin photo cards. This first page here is all of the photo cards I got from Agassi era, which is her debut solo, and then we of course have more photo cards from Riz era on the next page here, and then moving on after that we have more photo cards from Riz era. I think most of these are non-album photo cards. I think these 3 definitely are, and these 3 definitely are. These might still be regular album photo cards, I just don't totally remember, but that's what we have for Riz era. And then moving on to Baditude, which is her latest release, I am attempting to collect all of the album cards for this era, but it's kind of just a slow go at this point in time because I guess not a lot of people are selling Soojin photo cards, because I guess if they buy the albums, they're kind of just keeping their pulls and not really worrying about getting rid of them. So they're kind of hard to find at this point in time. I did just pick up another one yesterday, so that is a little bit of progress, but I don't have too many of the Baditude album version cards right now. So that's where we're at with Soojin. Moving on to the last soloist in this binder, we of course have Yuqi. So she has 2 solo releases that she has done so far. So we have Yuqi 1 to start off here, and this era is also complete in my binder. And then we have 6 pre-order benefits here on that page. And then moving on to the next section, we have Motivation era. So she did 15 total album photo cards, and she only did 1 album version. So it was basically just 15 different photo cards for that 1 album version. But I do have all 15 on hand. And then I do have 3 different pre-order benefits from K-Town for You. So that's where we're at with Motivation era. It is fully done and dusted. Don't have to worry about it. And that's all I have in this binder for i-dle. I do have one more i-dle related collection, and that is my Yuqi collect book. So let me grab that. All right, so moving on, this is my Yuqi collect book, and I picked up this collect book as part of the 2024 World Tour merch back in that year of 2024. And so you can see it is still branded with G-i-dle, but we of course know them as i-dle now. But I do have this very cute photo card of Yuqi on the front cover, and then we flip it over to the back, and this is what the back looks like. And so then we open it up and we can see all of the photo cards I have collected to this point for Yuqi. This collection doesn't really have any rhyme or reason to it. I'm literally just kind of going through and picking up any Yuqi photo cards that I find to be cute or that I like, and I've kind of just been slowly but surely adding them to this collect book. And they are also not organized in any particular order. They're all from just different eras and such, and like I said, there really isn't a lot of thought going into this collect book. This is kind of just a for fun type of thing. And I will admit, I haven't collected a lot of photo cards for this collect book all that recently. I think this one was my most recent pickup from We Are era, but other than that, there haven't been too many additions, I don't think, over the last 6 months in this collect book. And I think that might be the last photo card, and it is. So I think this is maybe a total of like 20 photo cards or something like that. So I would like to add to this more soon, but once again, like my priorities, I feel like are just shifting so much like recently. So I might look into trying to pick up more cards for this, but like I said, it's not really a serious collection. I just like collecting extra Yuqi photo cards. So that's what I got for right now. And that's all I got for i-dle today. So now we're going to move on to the next group. All right, so moving on, we're going to get into my aespa binder now. I just have one like main binder for aespa, and then I do have two smaller collect books that I will get into after we go through this essentially OT4 binder for aespa. I do also just want to note, I just got done taking a little bit of a break, so I stepped away. I paused the recording after finishing i-dle, and I stepped away for about a half hour just to kind of get up, stretch my legs, get some more water, and then kind of just like not talk for 30 minutes. So I'm trying to like pace myself and also kind of like save my voice throughout this video, because to this point, the recording is up to an hour and 24 minutes. I don't know how much I'm going to cut out, but it's going to lead me to believe that the final like product, like the YouTube video that I make, is probably going to be close to or over 90 minutes. So like I said, I took a little break, so the lighting will be different. The sun has mostly gone down, so I'm kind of just relying now on my ring light that is like behind me to the side, and then the couple lights I have on the lamp that is across the room. So looking at it right now, the lighting actually looks pretty all right, at least when I look at it on my phone. So I think we should still be good. But anyway, we're going to get started here flipping through my aespa binders. So I do collect aespa OT4, and I have all of the eras before Rich Man fully complete actually now. So I think it was 2 storing photocard videos ago, I finally completed Dirty Work. So the only era I don't have done is Rich Man, but everything else in here is going to be completely done. So we have Savage, and then Girls Era, and then we do have some light stick photocards here, which I think I've explained this in the past video, but they are kind of sort of out of order. I just have them here on this page because they go together, because they're obviously all light stick photo cards. But then we move into My World era. So I do have all the photo cards for My World. And we have a couple of they're like trading cards, but these also came in like one of the album versions. I think it was probably the magazine version that those came in. Then we do have one non-album set for My World. So I think those are K-Town For You cards. And then I do have a full set of the first world tour that they did in 2023. This is the full set of photo cards that they released for that tour. And then after that, we get into Drama Era, which Drama Era, as like musically, I would say it's probably still pretty close to my favorite aespa era. I think Rich Man definitely came kind of close, but I think Drama Era still takes the cake for me. As far as photo cards, I do think I enjoy some other eras a little bit more, mainly just because Drama Era, just like when you look at all of the photo cards, they're not super cohesive. Like all the members are kind of just like in different random outfits for all of these photo cards. I think that's like my only criticism, if it even is a criticism. It's not even really like a real criticism because I don't really care all that much. But just in terms of the photo cards for Drama Era, I definitely would say I like a couple other eras a little bit more. Now we have Armageddon Era. So this is, of course, their first full album. So I have all of the album photo cards here at the front. And then I think I did opt to collect a couple pre-order benefits for this era. So that's what these are right here. And then we move into Hot Mess. So this was their Japanese release. I forget how long ago this was, but I opted to collect full era for this release as well, which was kind of, I guess, out of left field for me because I don't normally collect Japanese releases for like any of the groups that I collect. But for aespa, I guess I was just feeling inspired, and I think at the time I wanted to collect more aespa photo cards in general, so I think that's why I decided to go for the full era for Hot Mess. And I mean, if you look at it here, it's literally only 2 pages, so it really wasn't even that many photo cards, so I'm cool with that. Up next, we have Whiplash Era, and so this is kind of where I started collecting, I think, just more like pre-order benefits. So we have all of the album photo cards up here towards the front, And then I did collect, I think, a decent amount of pre-order benefits. Actually, not as much as I thought. So I only collected, it looks like 3 sets of pre-order benefits. So I think where I actually started to go crazy for like aespa non-album photo cards was Dirty Work era, which is what this era is right here. So as we flip through Dirty Work era, you will see that I have all of the regular album photo cards, and then we very quickly move into all of the pre-order benefit sets I decided to go for. I think I maybe collected a total of 7 pre-order benefits for this era. I think I had to do 7 because one of them is on this page right here. So I think these are K-Town for you. And then I did 3 more pages, so that would be 6 total sets of Dirty Work photo cards. And this page are Amazon cards, and then this is like one of the trading card sets from the merch drop that they did for Dirty Work. But that's all I decided to collect for that era, and as I mentioned, I very recently finished that era. And now we get into their most recent release, which is Rich Man, of course. I do have all the album photo cards done. I am now just focusing on the non-album pre-order benefit and like fan sign cards that I opted to collect. So as you see, I'm still working on a Make Star set and a Weverse Lucky Draw set. And then we flip to the next page and I'm trying to get both of the Pop merch pre-order benefit sets because they did 2 separate ones. So I have a couple photo cards from that right there. And then this page are the last couple sets I decided to go with. So I went with the KMS Pobs and then the Star River Lucky Draws. So slowly but surely working my way through Rich Man era. Very happy to already have all the album cards, you know, out of the way. Don't have to worry about it. And now we can kind of just focus on the Pobs. So now the rest of the binder is going to be kind of just like random aespa photo cards. And then also at the back of this binder, we will get into Got the Beat very briefly. So first up here, we have aespa from SMCU Express. So I did not collect the SM Town version cards for aespa from this release, but I did collect a full set of all of the aespa version cards. The selfie, and then also the ID set as well. So we have 2 complete sets there. And then we move into SMCU Palace, and this is very similar to what I did with Red Velvet for SMCU Palace, which is I'm going to try and collect them if I come across them and they are in a price range that I am okay with. But for the most part, I'm not really actively seeking out these photo cards. So this is kind of just what I have for SMCU Palace right now. I also have a couple extra Ning Ning photo cards that don't really belong to a set, but I kind of just like picked them up through various means and I didn't really have a spot for them. So that's kind of why they are here sort of randomly on this page. But I also do have a full OT4 set from, I can't remember which version it's from. It's either the DVD or the Blu-ray, but aespa's like World Tour DVD from their most recent World Tour. This is what this photo card set is. So that kind of finishes off aespa as a group. Then moving on to the next page, we of course have a couple pages of Giselle photo cards. So if you guys don't know, Giselle is my aespa bias, and she released, or I guess Bella Magazine released 11 photo cards for Giselle's cover that she did, or photo shoot that she did for Bella Magazine. I think it was last year in the summer sometime. So they released 5 selfie photo cards, and then they released 6 Polaroid photo cards. So I have a full set here, and I'm just opting to keep all of these in this binder for now. But perhaps when I start my like smaller Giselle collect book in like the 4-pocket pages, I might move all or some of these to that collect book. I'll just have to like think about it when we get there. And now finally in this binder, we are at the Got the Beat section. So I am still trying to complete this collection. I think I'm only missing 3 or 4 photo cards now. I think I picked up a BOA within the last 6 months, but I think that's all I picked up. So this first page here, it is a red back photo book card set, and I'm missing a Hyoyeon, and then I'm missing a BOA and a Hyoyeon for the other red back photo card set on this next page. And then I do have a full page here for one of the black back photo card sets. So we have all 7 members there. And then I am missing still a Taeyeon black back photo card for this page right here. But we have all of the other 6 members. And then the last page is a full set of 7 SMINI photo cards. So I was able to complete this pretty easily because I did buy all 7 copies of the SMINIs at the time, and I was very lucky with my photo card pulls. I think I pulled 5 of 7 unique members out of all 7 copies, so I only had to find 2 extra photo cards to complete this. But that's where we're at for Got the Beat. I'm hoping to maybe start looking for these cards a little bit more coming up soon, but as I mentioned before, my priorities are always kind of shifting, so I will think about looking for them a little bit more as we move forward here, but that's where I'm at for Got the Beat right now, and that's where I'm at for this aespa binder. I do have 2 collect books to get into though, so let's go to those. So these are the 2 aespa collect books that I have on hand. So I have a Giselle specific collect book, which it is a collect book that I picked up in Japan. I think it was just like at a random K-pop shop, but I think this is from the 2022 or 2023 season's greetings as part of like the merch drop that aespa did. And then this is also a part of a merch drop that they recently did this past year in 2025. This is from the one of the concert like tour merch drops that they did. So this is also another little collect book. But first I will show off the Giselle specific collect book. So there's going to be just Giselle photo cards in here essentially. So we have this front cover to start, and then we open it up and we just have a bunch of extra Giselle photo cards. These are like merch cards and pre-order benefits, so basically just all non-album photo cards that I decided to collect for fun. And once again, these are not arranged in, I don't think, like correct order, or what's the word I'm looking for? Chronological order is the word I'm looking for. So these are not arranged in chronological order, I don't believe, but these are all of the Giselle photo cards that I have, and I just kind of collected these based upon me thinking that they were cute. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at with this Giselle collect book. It has filled up pretty quickly, and I don't have a lot of space left in it for any extra cards. So just like the Seulgi collect book, I only have 1 spot on the last page here for a new Giselle photo card. But as I mentioned, I'm going to start a Giselle collect book kind of soon. So I don't know what I will do with this particular collect book when I get that other one, because the other one will obviously be bigger. But for right now, that's what I got for Giselle. And now we move on to this other collect book. So like I said, this is from the tour merch this past year, and I decided to kind of just fill it up with all of the cards that I essentially pulled from that same tour merch, because I bought a lot of stuff. So I bought like the mood lamp, I bought the collect book, I bought like a tattoo and sticker set, I bought a couple trading card packs. So essentially all of the photo cards I got from all of that merch I put in here in like its own little collection, with the exception of this winter, because this winter was actually a impulse purchase at a K-pop store nearby me. So I saw that they had like a photo card wall, and so I was kind of just perusing through all of the photo cards they had for aespa, and I came across this photo card of Winter in a Doosan Bears uniform. So the Doosan Bears are a team in the KBO, so it's a baseball team in Korea. So I decided to put it in this photo card binder or collect book because I didn't really have a place for it other than here. So now we get into all of the sync, what is it, Hyperline or Axis Line? I think it was Axis Line for this tour. So all of these sync Axis Line photo cards from like the trading cards, and then also like various like merch items. So that's all that's in this collect book right now. And there's actually a lot of empty room in here towards the back, which you will see. I don't know what I'm going to add to the rest of this collect book at this point in time, but for right now, this is all I got, and I'm not really thinking about it too much, if I'm being honest. But I guess if I get any extra aespa photo cards in the future, as you can see, I have a ton of pages left. So that's what we're going to do for that collect book. And that completes basically all of aespa for my Photocard collection. So now we're going to go ahead and move into the next collection. So believe it or not, this is actually the last Photocard binder I have for this video. So this is kind of my miscellaneous Photocard binder. There are some full collections in here, but most of them are kind of just like casual. So to begin this Photocard binder, I do have Chung Ha on the top here, and this is a full Photocard collection for Chung Ha, at least set up. It's set up that way. I'm still missing a couple Photocards. I have still been looking for them. Trust me, I haven't like forgotten about Chung Ha, but I just haven't seen them pop up. So that's why we haven't seen a lot of Chung Ha Photocards on the channel lately. But as we flip through here, you will see most of this collection is complete anyway. So we are just missing like 2 or 3 cards, I think, at this point in time. Maybe 4, because I don't think I've picked up like the Olivio Pop that I needed to pick up to finish that collection. Yeah, I still have an empty spot for Olivio, so I'm missing that, and then I'm missing 2 Bare and Rare photo cards. I'm missing 1 Killing Me photo card, so actually we're missing 5 total photo cards because I'm also missing Offset. So this is what the Chung Ha collection looks like. I am a little bit disappointed that she has not released more music lately. I think Olivio came out, I think, a full year ago now. Oh my gosh, like that is just hitting me right now in this moment. Like Olivio came out in February of 2025, and it is now a full year later, and we still haven't gotten another release from Chung Ha. I don't think it's entirely her fault. I think it may fall on the company again, which just really, really bugs me because the company she left was already treating her poorly, like towards the end. And if you don't know, she's now with like Jay Park's company. And Jay Park like begged and pleaded for her to sign with his company. And they've only done 1 physical release since she's been there. I hope it's just like Chung Ha, like a Chung Ha being ready or not ready, whatever it is type of situation. And I just hope it's not like a company problem because, I mean, I still see Jay Park out there like with it. He has a new guy group right now. I think they're called Longshot. That sounds correctly. I'm not totally sure, but I think Longshot is the name of his like new guy group. And the amount of like promo I be seeing Jay Park doing with his new guy group and like acting like they're all buddies and stuff, like, I mean, that's totally cool, but like I never really saw that for Chung Ha, and so I kind of just want the same thing for Chung Ha, you know, and I don't really see that happening. So that was kind of a little bit of a rant, basically asking Jay Park to do better with Chung Ha, please, because we love Chung Ha's music, and I think she's a really awesome soloist, and I love her voice so much, and I still listen to her music pretty regularly these days. So please, please, please make Chung Ha music, or more Chung Ha music in the future, in the near future, please. After Chung Ha, we move into my SSERAFIM top 3 collection. So this is fully complete as it stands right now. I am missing all of the photo cards from Spaghetti Era, but I haven't even set up for Spaghetti Era yet. But everything from Hot and like before is all complete, so this will be all good. I do have a top 3, so that is Sakura, Kazuha, and Unche, so they are arranged in that order. And you will notice that I do skip a couple photo card like sets from each of these eras, and that is a intentional choice of mine just because they weren't like selfie photo cards. I don't really care to collect like unit photo cards or concept photo cards or whatever. So if they're not a selfie photo card, I really don't care too much to collect them. The only reason I collected the unit photo cards for this page is because they did 4 total photo card sets for Fearless, and the other 2 were like concept cards essentially, and I didn't want to like collect those, so I actually just collected the 3 unit photo cards of those 3 members from the Fearless Japan release. So these are the only unit photo cards that I intentionally collected for my top 3 collection. But as we flip back through here, we have Anti-Fragile Era, And then we move into Unforgiven with all of its photo cards. And then after Unforgiven, we of course have Crazy Era. I didn't collect, actually this is Easy Era. I didn't collect too much for Easy Era. As you can see, I just did 3 different photo card sets. And then I think all of these are pre-order benefits. So Easy Era wasn't too like difficult to collect. It was pretty easy, like no pun intended. But then we move into Crazy Era. And once again, we have a whole bunch of photo cards from that era. And then this is Hot Era, which I just very recently completed in my last storing photo cards video. I was missing this Sakura photo card, but we finally put her away. And that, like I said, finishes off Hot Era. Now we kind of move into a miscellaneous section for SSERAFIM. So these are all like album photo card pulls or photo cards that I've kind of just picked up as extra photo cards in like orders that I'll make on Mercari Japan or whatever. And I've kind of just arranged them in age order. So we have Chaewon and Yoonjin on this first page here. And then we have more Yoonjin photo cards. We have an extra Kazuha photo card, which doesn't really fit in my setup, like more towards the front of this binder. So that's why it's back here. And then we have a whole bunch of like OT5 and Unit photo cards from Crazy Era. And then we move into a couple extra photo cards here. So I think this was maybe part of like a Fearless Japan merch drop, I think, for Sakura. So that's why I have those 6 Sakura photo cards. And then I have a couple Chaewons and 1 Yoonjin from Unforgiven Era. And that finishes off my SSERAFIM collection. So very happy with the progress I have made on that within the last 6 months. I think it was all basically just Hot Era, and very excited to move into Spaghetti now. The next group we're moving on to is my BLACKPINK collection, and this collection will get a lot added to it upcoming here because we are now officially 3 days out from their latest mini album Deadline releasing. And I do believe that they are releasing full photo card sets in each of the album versions. So as long as you buy each album version, at least 1 copy of each album version, you, I think, are going to be guaranteed like a full photo card set. At least that's how I was like reading the album details. So there's going to be a lot of photo cards that we put into this BLACKPINK collection very, very soon. But for right now, this is where we stand. So we have a couple of the album photo cards, and then we have a lot of photo cards from Born Pink era. So that's what all of these are. And some of these are also pre-order benefits because I did order quite a lot for Born Pink era back in the day, which I think was 2022. My gosh, it was like 4 years ago now. So that's all we got for Born Pink. This page is all of the photo cards from the BLACKPINK Weverse membership kit. So they did 2 sets for that. Now on this page, this is kind of just like a random miscellaneous page. So I have 2 photo cards from Square Up. So 1 Jisoo and 1 Lisa. And then I have 3 photo cards here. All of these are from either Volume 3 or Volume 4 for Lisa's photo book that they released a couple years ago as well. So I did decide to buy her photo book for 3 and 4, and these are the photo cards that came in each of those. Now we shift gears away from OT4 activities into Jisoo solo activities. So I know BLACKPINK have done solos like all 4 of the members, but I don't collect anything for Jennie, Rosie, or Lisa. I just collect solo stuff for Jisoo because she is my BLACKPINK bias. So we have a whole bunch of me photo cards here. This era is not complete, but it is very close. I think I'm honestly only missing like, I don't know, 5, maybe 6 photo cards, like album photo cards from this era. I honestly don't know why I haven't like tried to find them at this point in time, but I think I'm honestly just fine with like how it looks right now. So this is all I have for me era. And then we flip the page and we move into Amartage, which was released last year. And this is actually a complete collection. So I have all of the album photo cards, and then I do have a couple random non-album photo cards here at the bottom. And I think these 4 are also non-album. I think they are K-Town for You, I think. So these 2 are album photo cards. These 4 are K-Town for You, and these are like random merch cards, I think. So that's all I decided to collect for Amartage, and that's all I got for Jisoo and BLACKPINK. So that's where we're at with that. Moving on in this binder, up next we have EVERGLOW, and this is another collection that will get probably a small injection of photo cards into it fairly soon, because EVERGLOW did announce a comeback. I think also maybe like end of February or early March, somewhere around there. Like, it's pretty soon. And it's only going to be 4 of the original members. So it's going to be EU, Shihyun, Onda, and Asha coming back as like a 4-member girl group. I think Iran is still stuck in their old company. I think she's still under contract with them. So even though she wanted to do this, I don't think it was like allowed. And then I do believe that Mia, like, quote unquote retired. Like, I just think she didn't want to do the idol life anymore, which is totally cool. So hopefully Mia is like resting well and just like being happy in her everyday day-to-day life now. But we are getting a new comeback pretty soon for EVERGLOW. I did pre-order the 1 album version that they released. I think it was a photo book, and I might have seen the other day, I didn't really look too hard, but they might have also announced another version. It might have been a platform version. I'm not totally sure. I haven't pre-ordered it yet, so maybe I can look into that and maybe also pre-order that version. But we are going to be getting some more EVERGLOW cards here soon. But for right now, this is all I got. So I do have quite a lot of EVERGLOW albums like in my album collection, and so these are kind of just all of my photo card pulls from those albums. So my bias in EVERGLOW is Onda, so I'm very happy that she is still with the group and is going to be a part of the next comeback. So very excited for that. And so these are all of the album photo cards. And then the next page right here is actually like World Tour merch cards. So I went to their World Tour, I think in 2020, I don't know, it's like 2023 or 2024, I went to their World Tour. They came to Washington, D.C. at Warner Theater, and they were selling a couple photo card sets as part of the merch. So I have this one selfie set right here, and then they have a clear photo card set for this next page, and they also have an OT6 photo card in the bottom right-hand corner there. So that's where I am leaving it off with EVERGLOW. Up next, we move on to my Alexa photo card collection, which is a very small and modest collection. She is now going by Kim Seri because she left her previous company, and I don't think she has released any like solo stuff since she has left her previous company. And I also do not believe she is currently with a label. So we're kind of just waiting to see if she decides to release more music. But it seems like, you know, I follow her like on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, and it seems like she is very happy and like just living a healthy life as it sits right now. So very happy for her for that. So that is Girls Gone Vogue photo cards for Alexa. And then this next page here, we have Extra Era, and then we have Tattoo Era. She does have photo cards. I think it is 3 total photo cards for her debut era, but I mean, that album was very limited print when it came out. And unfortunately, I just didn't become a fan of Alexa until like a couple years after that. Well, I shouldn't say I became a fan. I didn't start collecting Alexa until a couple years after that album came out. So I never got that album, and like it's just extinct. Like I can't find it secondhand anywhere. And so I think the photo cards for that debut album are going to be pretty unattainable. So I'm not really like worried about it too much. I've kind of just accepted that like I'm not going to have them. So that's where our Alexa collection sits right now. And like I said, hopefully she releases some new music for us soon. And the last page in this binder is the 4 photo cards that I have for KARD. So I am also a fan of KARD, and I do listen to their music. Less so recently, just because, I don't know, their last couple of group releases haven't really hit with me. And Jiwoo, which these are Jiwoo photo cards here, she actually just did a solo release, and I listened to the title track and I wasn't really like hooked by it. I haven't listened to the full mini album yet, but I do want to check that out somewhat soon. It wasn't a physical release. I believe it was only like digital only, so no photo cards or anything like that. But I have a couple photo cards from Gunshot era, and then I have a couple photo cards from Where To Now era, and that's all I got for a card, and that is all I got for this binder as a whole. So those are all of the photo cards I have in my collection. I still do have 3 large inclusions binders that I will flip through, so let's go ahead and move to those. All right, so we have the first of 3 large inclusions binders to show from my collection today, and this will be the first time you are seeing all 3 of these binders, I guess in 6 months, because I only show these every Photocard collection tour video. I don't think there's been a ton of progress in each of these, and I also don't remember exactly when I watched the video last night. I don't remember exactly which order I showed these in my last video, my last like collection tour video. But it looks like we're going to start with i-dle in this first large inclusions binder. And I'm just going to go ahead and start flipping through all of these. And I also say this, I think pretty much every time I show my large inclusions binders, and that is, there is really no rhyme or reason for like my collection when it comes to large inclusions. I never really seek them out. I only really ever like put away the large inclusions I get from albums specifically, or like random things, like this is from i-dle's like world tour merch. So it's just kind of very random. It's not complete in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. But like I said, I need somewhere to put all of these large inclusions, so that's why I keep 3 large inclusions binders. And as you can see, we do have a good amount of stuff for i-dle here, and you will definitely see when we get into the binder that has all of my ITZY large inclusions that my goodness, there is a lot of large inclusions for ITZY, let me tell you. So we are now in I Feel era, and now we get to I Love. So we have some stamps and film strips, and then this is I Never Die, so all the stuff I got in my albums for that. And oops, I skipped a page there, so those are the I Never Die items as well. And then we have I Burn, and then we get into Dum Dee Dum Dee era, so these are the big like square, I guess, postcards is what we were calling these. So we have very pretty pictures of i-dle on all of these. You will also see when we get into my ITZY binder that ITZY also did like big square postcards for Crazy in Love era. So those are glossy. I think these are like matte, but the ones that ITZY did for Crazy in Love are glossy, and I really like those. Those are super, super gorgeous. So we have Dum Dee Dum Dee stuff here. And then when we get to the end of that, we get into more random stuff here. And then we have like solo stuff. So this is Miyun and Soojin solo inclusions. And then this is stuff from My Lover. So this would have been added recently by me. So since My Lover came out just a couple months ago. And then we move into Soojin, and so these are all the large inclusions I have for Soojin. I actually can't remember if she had any stuff that I added for Batitude era. Okay, so it looks like she did have a couple things. So she did have a couple like small postcards here for Batitude era that I added. And now it looks like we shift gears to BLACKPINK. So we have stuff from Jisoo's Amortage release, a whole bunch of postcards there. And then this is from Me era. Here's some extra stuff from Lisa's 2 photo books that I decided to pick up. So those are back there as well. These are postcards from the Weverse membership kit for BLACKPINK. And then these are from the album. So the album they released in 2020. This is also from the album. These are a couple of random Chung Ha inclusions that I think I just picked up very randomly. And then we get into Got the Beat. And then we have SSERAFIM inclusions right here. So that is Crazy era. And then this is all Unforgiven stuff. And then this next page I think is also Unforgiven. Yes, it is Unforgiven. So we have Unforgiven stuff for SSERAFIM. And then we have EVERGLOW stuff here at the back. So we have more film strips for all of the members. And then we have some postcards from their album releases. And these are a couple postcards from their most recent release, which was Zombie. So that's all I got in this first large inclusions binder. Let's move to the next one. So this is large inclusions binder number 2 for this video, and this is the cover I have for it. This is kind of just like a makeshift cover that I put together. So I kind of just had like a couple extra, well, actually a lot of extra postcards and stickers and things of that nature. And I kind of just decided to stick them on the inside of the binder cover. I didn't really paste them to a paper and slide it in. I literally just kind of slid them in and then also like stuck them down to the binder itself. So will I regret that in the future? I don't really know, but I still like the way the binder cover looks. So this is all the ITZY stuff I was talking about. I do have this one like keychain, I guess, right here. But you will see as I start to flip through this, we have a ton of ITZY inclusions to go through. I think this whole binder might be ITZY, y'all. Like, it's insane how much JYP releases for ITZY in terms of both photo cards, but then also large inclusions. So to start off, we have a whole bunch of tunnel vision stuff at the front here. I think I might have an OT5, and I do have an OT5 set of all of those like mini posters, I guess. Up next, we have Girls Will Be Girls era. So we start off with some pretty large mini posters or postcards, which I do have an OT5 set of those. And then we have more mini posters here, which I think might also be OT5, and I do have OT5 of those as well. I have a film strip there, and then we get into some postcards, and then kind of just like a random square card thing. I actually think this is from, is this gold? Yes, that is gold era. That is actually from the phone box version, because I can tell because it was folded. So this was probably a mini poster in the phone box version, and then we move into all the other gold era stuff. So we have film strips, and then I think they were calling these tickets. So we have tickets for all the members, and then we have postcards and some more postcards. There was so much stuff they released for gold. Oh my goodness. We have some standees, and then we have more. I guess these could have been like photo cards because I could like, I guess, rip these off and store them as photo cards, like kind of rip them in half, but I decided not to do that. I just decided to like keep them together and store them in my large inclusions binder. We have this last page of gold inclusions, so just a couple of Polaroids and then all of the IDs. And then after that, we move into Born to Be era, so basically a whole like conglomeration of all of the inclusions that we have been seeing. So like postcards and tickets and things of that nature, like mini posters. And yeah, you'll kind of just see as I flip through here, that's kind of all we're getting. We have Kill My Doubt stuff now. So I think those are like stickers or something. And then we have mini postcards. We have more tickets. And then we have regular sized postcards. And, you know, one thing that I just like came up in my head right now as I'm flipping through this, and one thing that I wish K-pop companies would kind of just like, I don't know, like come together and be uniform about is the size of postcards in like album inclusions. Because what I find incredibly frustrating is when I'm putting away large inclusions, and all of the postcards are different sizes. So like some fit into 3 pocket pages, some fit into 4 pocket pages. Others don't even fit into either one of those. They're like too big to fit into 3 pockets. So I have to like essentially waste 2 pocket pages for postcards because they're too big for the other ones. But there's still like a lot of empty space in the 2 pocket pages. You get what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. I feel like the postcard like size could just be more uniform, not just like with ITZY, but with every group, you know? Because I've noticed that a lot. It's very frustrating when I sit down to store large inclusions and like all of the postcards, even though they're the same type of inclusion, they're all just like different sizes. So yeah, that's kind of just like a little, I guess, rant or criticism I have of that. Do I really think anything is going to like change about that? No, not really. But what I will say is SM is one of the biggest culprits of that. I cannot tell you how many times I sit down to like put away Red Velvet stuff, and the size of the inclusion is like just too big for a page that would really work for it. So for example, like a 3 or 4 pocket page, the inclusions are always just too big for those. And I'm like, come on, dude. Like, can we please make it work just one time? So we have moved into checkmate era here for ITZY. So we have a whole bunch of folded mini posters now on these pages. And now these are the Crazy in Love, like gigantic square postcards that I was talking about earlier. So we have Yeji, Leah, Rujin, Chaeryeong, and Yuna. And those came in the special edition. So like the big size photo book special edition for Crazy in Love. And then we have some more standees and these smaller size photo cards, which kind of to my point that I was just talking about like 30 seconds ago, these are just wide enough to where they don't fit into a 9 pocket page. So I have to put them in here as part of the large inclusions. So then we have some Polaroids, and then we get into Guess Who, a couple posters from that era. Then these are pre-order benefits for Not Shy. So I have one for each of the members, and then this is the envelope that they came in. And then we move into Wannabe era, and then these are some, I guess, solo inclusions for Yeji's Solo Air that I put back here towards the back of this binder as I'm struggling to flip these last couple pages here. But that is it for the second photocard binder, or sorry, not photocard binder, large inclusions binder. And as you can tell, that was all ITZY. So now let's move on to the last large inclusions binder and get to the end of this video. Okay, so we have arrived at the last binder of the video, and this is going to be all of my large inclusions for Red Velvet, and then also probably a couple other random groups that I don't totally remember are also going to be in this binder. Probably aespa, maybe, well, I was gonna say Got the Beat, but we already saw Got the Beat stuff, so probably just Red Velvet and aespa in this binder. And as we start, these postcards are a prime example of what I was talking about, because these postcards are too long to go into 4 pocket pages because like they will cut off like right here. And then they're too, I think, wide to go into 3 pocket pages. So you see all this like extra space around the edges of all of these postcards. I have to put these postcards in a 2 pocket page because they don't fit into either a 3 or 4 pocket. And that's what's like the frustrating part that I'm kind of referring to. So we have Season's Greetings stuff on top there. And then we also move into more Season's Greetings stuff. This is from 2025. So it looks like we have some like, I guess, mini like photo cards here, medium-sized photo cards of some nature. Then we move into Cosmic era. So we have some postcards and large inclusions for Cosmic. And then we have one thing for Irene there, 1 page of Irene. I feel like that's out of place, but perhaps I put it there for a reason. We have Chill Kill now. So these are all square postcards, and I have a ton of these. I think all of these came in the bag versions, so that's why we got a lot of these, because I purchased both of the bag versions because they did 2 different copies, and I think they did maybe like 10 of these postcards in each of those versions, so I think it might amount to like 20. I could be remembering that wrong, but I feel like it was mainly the bag versions why I have a lot of those postcards. Now we have some more Season's Greetings stuff from 2023. So we have a couple Seulgi postcards, and then we have a couple Polaroids here, and then we move into SMCU Palace. So these are my inclusions I got in my Red Velvet album, and then we got Birthday era here. So now we're moving back into their regular releases. We got one postcard from Bloom up at the top there, and then we have a couple things from Feel My Rhythm, and then we have another SMCU thing right there, and then more bookmarks from Queendom era. So I have an Irene and Seulgi postcard for that era as well, and then more postcards from Queendom era. And then we got a couple more Queendom era postcards right there. I feel like with my Red Velvet large inclusions binder, you can kind of tell like exactly what I'm talking about in terms of like how much I care about organizing all of this. Because I do feel like in terms of just like chronologically, it could be organized a lot better. But I think what I was thinking of, like, I think it's arranged some of it in chronological order, and then others are arranged in like what the member was doing at the time, right? So you'll see like this Joy stuff from Joy with Love. I organized in chronological order with Joy, but like there's also weird stuff before this that I feel like doesn't, I don't know, match. Like it doesn't flow the same. That's kind of like what I'm referring to. And this is another case in point right here, because after Joy, we have Wendy, and it's like, that's not in age order. Wendy should probably be before Joy, but I obviously opted to arrange that in that way for some reason. I just don't really remember what that reason was. I accidentally flipped an extra page there, but we have Irene and Seulgi from Tilt era, and now we have Irene and Seulgi from Monster era, so we have a couple large inclusions there. And now we move into aespa, so we have some Rich Man things. That is a sync access line like merch thing that I got, I think, from the collect book that you saw earlier. Then we have a couple more random postcards. You'll notice a lot of these inclusions too are just postcards. So I feel like I am repeating myself quite a bit, especially in this section of the video. So if that is the case, I do apologize, but obviously like it's not intentional because it's literally like just what I'm going through. So we have a whole bunch of larger postcards or like medium-sized cards for aespa right here. I really like all of these. These look super, super beautiful. And then we move into Armageddon era. So these are square postcards. And I don't totally remember. These might be from the poster versions. I could be wrong, but I think they're from the poster versions for that release. And then we got some more postcards here, and we even have a lenticular postcard on the back of this page, and then we have more lenticular postcards from Supernova era. So that's what those are. And then we move into, I guess this is also Armageddon era. And then we have some more square postcards from My World. So I think these were also a part of the poster versions, because I think they did poster versions for that release as well. And then we have SMCU Palace, and we have Girls Era, and I almost have an OT4 set for that, but I am still missing Ning Ning, it looks like. I do have one for here. I don't know if these are all the same. They might be different, like, mini posters, so I'm probably just missing Ning Ning for this, like, I guess, like, close-up shot one, but I have Giselle and Ning Ning for this, like, farther away shot. Then we have a couple SM Town things, and we move into Savage era, and these postcards are also super, super beautiful. And that's it for this binder. Oh my goodness. That was a journey for sure. So that is all of the Red Velvet and aespa large inclusions I have. That is all I have to show in this Photocard collection tour video. The recording is currently at 2 hours and 20 minutes. I am ready to wrap it up. So let me find something to end on, and then I will outro. All right, so that is all I got for this very, very long Photocard collection tour video. If you guys are still here at this point in the video, thank you guys so, so much, because that is a massive commitment, and I hope you guys had like a snack and or like some water with you as you watch this video, because it is definitely going to be movie length. And yeah, I just hope you guys like stayed hydrated and stuff, because this was an absolute journey. And once again, just very thankful for anyone who is still here with me to this point. The next video on the channel is currently undecided as it stands right now. So I'm recording this on Tuesday, so February 24th, and BLACKPINK's release happens this Friday. and I'm unsure if those albums are going to make it to me by the beginning of next week for me to like film an unboxing and have it ready for next Friday for you guys. And then beyond that, if we don't get the BLACKPINK album soon enough, I don't also currently think I'm going to have my most recent Photocard haul from Mercari Japan arrive to me before then either. I am pretty close to having to consolidate, but I think I still have a couple more like warehouse days where I can wait before consolidating. And I am still waiting for a couple Photocards to arrive, so I kind of want to expend those free storage days that I still have left before I consolidate. So I also don't really have a Photocard haul video that is like concrete for next week. And the other possible video that it could have been, which I don't think is going to happen, is going to be a special haul video that I mentioned. And I think that the cat is fully out of the bag now. So if you guys seen my Instagram or the short that I posted earlier this week, you would have seen that I am collabing with Album Buddy. So Album Buddy recently reached out to me and offered to collab. So I tried out their site and I made an order, and I have plans for a special haul video whenever that order gets to me. But right now I'm kind of just waiting for the stuff that I ordered to arrive at their warehouse so I can then consolidate and ship it to me. And once again, I don't think that's going to happen within the next week. So next week's video is kind of up in the air. I don't really know if I'm going to record a video just because I don't know if I'm going to have anything to record. So if you guys see a video next week, know that I guess I had something to film. But if you don't see a video, then it kind of just worked out where I didn't really have anything to film. So that's kind of where we're at with the upcoming content. But with all of that said, I'm going to wrap this video up and get out of here. So once again, thank you so much for watching to this point in the video. If you did, I hope you have an awesome day or night whenever you watch this, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.